Okay, good evening, Mr. Ardi. So, we will see your LP first. Chapter 10 for grammar. This one, page 300 and... $319 until this one first, right?
Yes.
So this one using will for future times over here, and I want to ask this actually, the contraction of will over here. We have I will, you will, she will, he will. So how to pronounce this we will in contraction? Will.
Pronouncing in daily speaking is usually they just a will.
Will.
I'll, you, she.
Will. They'll. This one for they will. What we can answer if the students ask to the teacher, what is the difference between be going to and will? Is there any differences or both of them are just the same?
In the advanced structure, be going to and will has a difference. But in this book, the explanation about be going to and will, it's actually the same.
The same
Yes, for this book.
for this book. You means this one, we want to only tell about some things that or the event that is
Even about the future.
about future,
Yeah.
about simple future. That's it only.
Oh, that's it only in this book.
What about simple present tense and present progressive? How do you try to explain to the students about the differences between simple present and present progressive in real, in their daily life, something like that?
So in their daily life, for simple present, actually something that they do regularly, because in their daily life they always have schedule. They have their schedule weekly, daily, something like that. So we can approach that to the to present simple for their activity like that. Even though simple present have something related to general things, statement, but
The basic differences
the difference with to the present progressive.
I mean, of course, the context here is we have, right? But to make sure this one can hit the students so they can easily understand about, the differences in the context in our daily life is like that.
The difference between present simple and present progressive, that is about how they do their activity. If it is regularly, just use the present simple. If it is something that they do at that time, they use the present progressive.
The example to make it this one really, the example to make this one really really clear the differences maybe? Give the example in our daily life.
So when the students every week, for example, the students always say that I visit my grandma every Sunday. So every Sunday, of course, this is regular activity. This is simple present. Okay, but when they have an activity in that day at that time, yeah, they do something, yeah, that is present progressive. Yeah, I'm traveling to Europe, or I'm doing my project right now. So it means they're really doing their project at that time.
Because we can say this like present progressive, there is no repetition.
Yeah.
Is being done at a time. When we are talking, it's being done. So I think that part, this listening is played, right? The listening, we play, right?
Yeah.
This listening part.
The listening part, huh?
We play it. Okay, now I want to see the speaking question. Where is it? Speaking. This one? How do you try to make this quiz, Mr. Ardi? I mean, like, this one should be by spoken, right?
Yes.
This one you do 5 minutes before go home, or on the shop at 9 o'clock, or what? Because grammar, I think, because even in grammar book we have a lot of question already.
Yes, sir.
So when you have quiz something like this, do you randomly ask the student? It's like, or this is like quiz, so when they can answer and then they can directly go home, or how? I mean, this quiz, like, you can, if you can answer, you can leave, something like that, or
No,
this one include in the teaching hours.
This is included in the teaching hours because usually I always they always finish their speaking project till 9 or more than 9. So that's why I just put that quiz among that time to ask randomly the students about this quiz. Yeah, this quiz. After I explain a lot about what about the materials that I teach.
What do you like to do on weekend? For this speaking project, there are some requirement that you put as the sample here, like type of tenses, the pattern. It means that they just only follow the pattern, but they create their own sentences, like that, right? They don't write down their own pattern, right? For example, this one, number 1, adverb of time, simple present tense, pattern A. So they just make it The sentence.
follow the same.
Follow the pattern.
No. I instruct them. Please do their creativity. Yeah. But you have to fulfill all. You want to put the adverb of time in the last, or you want to mix simple present with past, or you as long as all start from 1 until 7. It covers 1 until 7 requirements like that. So I don't ask them to 1 must be the same, 2 must be the same like that.
And then in this sample of your translation, I check there are 2 tenses only, simple present and simple past. Does this follow the guideline, or there is no specific guideline to mention how many tenses used here?
For this one, I'm not sure whether we have the,
because this one you use simple present, simple present tense, simple past, and 1 simple future. I mean, you mean that's not possible to use more than 3 tenses here?
Possible, still possible.
Possible. And then when we talk about the words here, is there any, or there is no guideline how many words that they should create it, but should be 7 statements, and then they develop when they answer.
Yeah.
Yes, right?
Yeah, when I make the model 8 sentence or 7 sentence, they have to make the same like that.
Because in this speaking, if they only focus on these 7 sentences, I think less than 1 minute,
they can
finish this.
Project.
Yes, right? Special activity. Are you confident to say this one could be applied in your class, Mr. Ardi?
I'm not sure. Takes time.
Takes time. So, your suggestion?
So
this one, do you think that special activity and speaking special activity, how this one twice in a week, special activity?
No, once
a week. But combined with speaking project?
No.
No.
Speaking project once a week, special activity once a week.
But so it is still possible if you make simple special activity related to the
topic in the chapter,
related to the game, right?
Game.
Relate to the game. It means to be fast, interesting, lively, but done. Yes?
Alright.
It means that it should be right. Because I also don't confidence if I want to make poster. I don't want to say, we have poster, we have speaking project, we have synthesis project, we have what project, we have to check the books and so on. I don't feel confident to say that, okay, I can do this or something like that. So the point here in my evaluation today, I think take something that can cover only 10 minutes, something like that. Especially for a big class like this, you have almost 20 students. Because we don't want to make this one fancy, right? Fancy words, but we don't do because the time is not there. Yes. 2 hours seems not enough if we want to cover this one. But it doesn't mean that we want to remove this, but it should be this one also can. This one pelaksana wawancara. Siswa sudah selesai dengan posternya di mana mempresentasikan waktu this one is not. This one cannot be done in 10 minutes. At least 30 minutes.
Yes.
Listening unit 8. What do you think about this book, Mr. Ardi?
What?
What do you think about this book? The audio is split well, right?
Yeah, split well. The audio is split well.
But this one is much better than our previous book last year. 54, 57. This one, how do you try to direct them to this part? Is there some briefing or instruction first before they do this, or do you try to explain some difficult words first over here? Because if we talk about this one, I mean, because this one given in 2 hours, right? Yes, right. Given in 2 hours,
Yeah.
54 until 57.
3 pages for 2 hours.
Based on the LP, based on the book mapping.
Yeah.
That's why it can be combined with the special activity.
Yes.
How do you do this one actually?
For example, A. So this the first thing I follow that one the instruction, read and listen. So they have to start with the pronunciation first. So because the both words is students familiar, or there is some that they are not familiar, or maybe all of that they're familiar with that. Okay, I ask them to listen one and then try to pronounce it. Okay, and then after that, after they listen, they pronounce it, listen, pronounce. After that, I explore all of the words there that is involved, such as a boarding pass. Boarding pass. Which one is boarding pass? How is that the boarding pass? Even when it is not clear, when it is not clear in their mind, I open Google image and then I type with a boarding pass so that they can understand with that. That's the way.
So after they do this one, and then we check, right? And then we do the correction together to mention the answer, and then they can check their own answer, they are correct or not. Is there any more discussion about the topic, or do you ask them to make question, or how do you try to develop these 3 pages in 2 hours for this part so far?
There is a listening part and also speaking part.
I see.
For this, right? Okay. There is a questions. Okay. There is a pictures also that they can describe before I go to that audio. Yeah. Of course, I manage the time first. I ask them one by one about this picture, to describe first. Trigger them to take the time to speak first. What they do there, okay, related to the words that is learned before. Yeah, and then I go to the audio, ask them to listen, and then answer that A, B, C, D. Actually. That's
Is there any possibility by the students ask you about some typical words that they don't know the meaning so far?
they
Or
don't
you,
ask because
you mean that all the words in this book are easy?
not easy. It's not familiar, but in the first, I that is become one of my session with them. My session is to explain to them about that vocabulary first. Okay, so without giving the questions from them without the questions from them first, I already explained about that.
When you go to the speaking part, this one,
Yes.
think about airport adventures, answer the question and discuss with the class. How does Julian ask for advice and so on? This one taken from the story in the listening.
Yeah.
This
Yeah. There is a long audio that asks them to if you see in the previous page that asks them to listen to the audio. It's a quite long audio. That is the audio 91, and then there is a writing skill also here. They have to take the notes about what is the audio about, because it is quite long, and of course it is related to the chapter goal. There is every chapter has the goal that is written there, and then after they write it, of course I give them 3 times to listen to that audio so that they can answer that question. Yeah, but before I ask them the questions, I of course they have to read that question first before I play the audio for the second time, so that they are ready to answer for that.
and then there are some question here, 3 question. I mean, have you traveled by plane or do you want to? Why or why not? Is there any guideline or requirement from you about this? It means that 1, 2, 3 should be answered by the students one by one. I mean, all questions should be answered by them by writing first here, or this one should be answered by spoken only. They don't need to write anything.
Okay, so for this time, so this is the free answer. They don't write. Okay, yeah, but before I go to this questions, of course, this is talking about talking about flight. Of course, I ask first who is the one that never fly, and then after that they try to ask each other first.
Oh,
To ask each other
because this is impossible. We ask all of them one by one
yeah
to this part.
to ask each other.
But maybe as a teacher, we can test a few 2 or 3 students, but should be randomly. I think seeing this activity that we have here, 2 hours should fit if you have creativity. And then this book should be checked on that spot, right?
Yes.
I think should be okay.